Okay, we will move on with the regular council meeting. We have a set of council meeting minutes for approval, and they are the regular council meeting minutes from October 14th, 2025. Is there a motion? Thank you. A second, please. Thank you. All those in favor? So we do have a number of resolutions from the October 14th, 2025 committee of the whole meeting may be considered for adoption. And the first one is that the following item can be considered for information at the October 14th, 2025 committee of the whole be adopted. And that is the bylaw enforcement report, September 2025. There a motion, please? Thank you. Seconder. All those in favor? Thank you. And the next one is that council award the McBride Street Playground Replacement Project to, yes. Okay, you go ahead and then I'll read the. Okay.
Sure. So I just want to make a little clarification here in the minutes of that meeting. The number for the amount is $148,691.55, including GST. So on these minutes, it'll reflect the minutes of the from the last meeting. So there would just be that small discrepancy of the meeting minutes, but the number in itself is the same. It's just the wording.
Go ahead.
Sorry, just so the motion needs to read, the council award the McBride Street Playground Replacement Project to Green Roots Play Equipment Inc. in the total amount of
$148,691.55, including GST.
Okay, if there's someone to make that motion, please. A seconder. Any questions? All those in favor? No, it should be that, sorry,
Sorry.
it comes up at question period. Thank you. Okay, all those in favor? Sorry, I missed that. Thank you, that was carried. The next item is that council adopt the amended Major Downtown Development Advisory Committee terms of reference and direct staff to advertise for the future membership to the committee. All those in favor? Thank you, that was carried. The next one is that council appoint 2 additional members to the Community Safety Task Force Committee. One being the Regional District Acutely Boundary Manager of Emergency Programs or designate. And the other is the Interior Health, Population Health or designate. All those in favor? That was carried, thank you.
I'll oppose. For the record.
Oh, okay. The next item is that council amend the Community Safety Task Force terms of reference meetings by replacing bi-monthly with monthly. Moved and seconded. All those in favor? That was carried.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going here.
The next one is that council directs staff to amend the terms of reference as presented in the staff report and dated October 7th, 2025. Is there a seconder? Any questions on that one? No? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you, that was carried. David, we had a comment on this one?
Yes, so on the Trail Curling Association, we just provided a little bit more context around that number. So the final lease payment of the previous year's lease amounted to $4,095. And then as they noted in their request, that the remaining $905 is to try and offset the future increase under the new Parks and Rec bylaw increase. So the $905 will be used towards that, and that's the total of $5,000.
Okay, so the amount is still 5,000.
That's, I just wanted to clarify that
Okay.
that's not the total lease amount, that the lease was $4,095, and then there's the remainder to cover for this season. A portion of the increase.
Okay, thank you. So, the motion is that the application from the Trail Curling Association for a rental waiver in the amount of $500,000.
But
Sorry, $5,000, that represents the final lease payment for the 2024-2025 season be approved. I'll move that. Is there a seconder? All those in favor? That was carried. Thank you. The next one is that the request from the Columbia Basin Alliance for Literacy for a rental waiver for the fees associated with their use of the Cominco Gymnasium for the Leap into Kindergarten program in the amount of $388 be approved. Seconder, please. And all those in favor? That was carried. Thank you. There's no resolutions from this meeting to bring forward. So we do have a couple of reports and meeting minutes of council committees. And the first one is that council adopt the following minutes and recommendations within the Trail Regional Airport Advisory Committee draft meeting minutes, October 7th, 2025. And I do have a question on that. But is there someone to move this? Thank you. And the seconder, thank you. Before we go for the vote, I do have a question on this. And the question is about the letter referenced in the minutes. Who is writing that letter and who is sending it?
The intent with that is that, the city send that letter, with information that we'll get from Pacific Coastal to some of the issues and stalls that they're experiencing at YVR. And Tech is also committed to supporting, us in that letter to Mount County.
Okay. Is there any other questions?
Yes. Thank you through the chair, just in terms of process, maybe the staff, is that seen as a? What's the word? Like supporting of a business, or like, is that out of line to do?
I guess, I mean, the city benefits from having
Yeah.
a provider. And I think that this is not just a concern for that provider, but for all users of the airport.
Yeah.
Vancouver in particular is
Yeah.
having no challenge. So I feel that it's saying, hey, you know, Transport Canada, let's work together to get NAVCAN to have their staff increase so that we don't have these delays, whether or not that's a domestic flight or an international flight
Yeah.
or a flight out of the South Terminal. So I feel that us having that and as a user, as well as from our own individual staff, council using it, but I think overall as an airport, because it directly affects our operations.
Okay, thank you, yeah, yeah, I just wanted to hear.
Yes.
Sorry, Councillor Hanson had her hand up first.
Yeah.
Unless
No,
you-
no, I was just gonna say, and in follow up to that, the letter should be coming with any committee recommendation as they are advisory committees. The letter should be under the mayor's signature on behalf of council. That's why it's coming forward as a recommendation. And with this recommendation, staff are asking for some support because we don't understand
Mhm.
the whole ramification. So we will be looking to the advisory committee to give us some specifics for that letter.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Hanson.
Thank you, Mendoza. And just for some background, the information that we've been getting provided is because of the fact that we are a smaller domestic airport, we're actually taking a lot of the brunt of the delays because bigger international airports, they will not delay an international plane or a flight, but they will delay smaller airports, smaller domestic airports, which is having an effect on our budgets and our staff time. Reflected.
Okay, if there's no other questions, I will call for call the question. All those in favor of receiving those minutes, thank you. Any opposed? There's no opposed. The next item is the Major Downtown Development Advisory Committee draft meeting minutes from October 9th, 2025. Councillor Butler, did you want to speak to this at all?
No, well, yes, I do actually, just that I think that I'm really glad that we've put this working group together, and I think it's, faring quite well. And, I also do want to commend, Mr. Wesley Jones for the work that he's put into everything here, and I'm just speaking for myself, everything that I'm sort of hearing out there in the world is that this project this demolition is going on very smoothly, very well, and with minimal disturbances to others, so I think it's a real sign that like, when, not just the city is doing a great job, but, everyone involved is doing a really good job, so, thank you.
Council Wilson.
I'm just gonna ask you a question for the future projects with BC Transit. What is it says you guys are having discussions.
The discussion around that.
What the latest
Yeah,
that is.
just that, you know, just to keep that as as a part of the thought process that the exchange is in progress and you don't want to be going and putting something before the cart and the horses and all that kind of good stuff. And but just where how keep it top of mind so that it's part of the conversation.
And yeah, why I asked that was exactly that. I just wasn't sure if that came up yet, because it seems kind of
Mhm.
odd, but it's good to know. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, and I just wanted to mention that under the committee input. There is a lot of work that's going to be happening. And I just want to make sure that this falls under the terms of reference and the mandate of the committee. I don't want to see us doing work that staff is supposed to be doing. So I just think that we have to be really, really careful with that when we're looking at these projects. But I also wanted to mention that we did discuss the survey to be conducted in conjunction with the OCP, and I thought we had decided that that was not a good idea because it was going to be,
Yeah.
too much. With the open house and everything.
That's.
So I think that needs to be changed before it comes back to council.
This is minutes, right? There's no recommendation.
It's not a recommendation, though, I don't believe. I think it was just a point.
Yeah, it's just a point.
It's just-
Yeah, so
Yeah, we don't, I don't
we
think we
can
need
still
to
accept
change,
these.
we don't, I
The
don't
draft
think we
ones,
need
okay.
to change them. I think they're fine, we just have a
Okay.
discussion.
Okay, just to make sure that that does get changed in the, thank you. Okay, so all those in favor of receiving the minutes, thank you. There was a seconder, sorry, all those in favor, once again, thank you, that was carried unanimously. Regional District of Kootenai Boundary Report. Mr. Councilor Martin.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of council, I attended the following meetings. On Wednesday, you guys did the ones before last meeting too, so I knew you were looking forward to seeing these. Yeah, Councilor Cashel, thank you. On Wednesday, October the 8th, I attended an RDKB Utilities meeting via Teams. Warren Dankowski, the RDKB Manager of Infrastructure and Sustainability, provided operational reports on several RDKB services. The committee voted to not allow a resident on Station Road in Area A access to the water supply from the tank the RDKB has above the industrial park. Reasons included the supply of water is not potable, and the tank provides water for fire protection in the industrial park and the airport. They didn't want there to ever be a situation where there was insufficient supply of water for that purpose. Wednesday, October the 8th, I attended an RDKB board meeting via Teams. Excuse me. A delegation from the Community Future Central Kootenai. They provided an update on the Rural Community Immigration Pilot Project. It helped fill 174 jobs across 74 employers, with 90% of newcomers remaining in the region. A new initiative aims to continue addressing workforce shortages, and Community Future Central Kootenai has requested $40,000 in funding support from the RDKB, which will be voted on. The RDKB board will support applications to the UBCM Strategic Priorities Fund for various projects throughout the regional district. And the ones that are going to be important to the area here is the volunteer composite fire departments for equipment and training opportunities. The RDKB board approved the increase stipends for municipal directors and board chair, and directed staff to bring an amended remuneration bylaw to a future meeting. RDKB electoral area director provided grants and aid to various organizations throughout the RDKB totaling $11,500. On Tuesday, October 21st, I attended. Don't touch the most. an RDKB East End Services Committee meeting and trail. There's a delegation from BC Transit. They provided an update on the maintenance facility relocation from Janelle. BC Transit is requesting a 6-month extension at their current location with the school district on Old Juanita Road. They asked that the East End Services Committee provide a letter of support for the 6-month extension. They think if they don't get the 6-month extension, there may be some service interruptions. They haven't determined anything at this point yet. We had a presentation from the United Way, Tracy Amy, the regional coordinator. She provided an update on activities to date, which included a possible collaboration with the RDKB for a local food hub. The East End Services Committee directed staff to engage with the LCC DTS to pursue grant funding opportunities to fill the gap for a film liaison for the Kootenai Film Commission for updating and maintaining the photo-based drone imagery of locations and a location scout and point person, including training to advance film opportunities in the Lower Columbia region, and present a potential plan back to the committee at a future meeting. That's it for my report.
Thank you. Is there any questions? Sorry, Council Martin, I have a question.
You go ahead.
No, I heard on the radio, Director McGregor was being interviewed, about a mental health fund that, she was putting forward, and I just sort of wondered what that looked like, and if it has been, approved.
It hasn't been approved yet, and what that is to support the mental health of elected officials. Because of some of the abuse that they are receiving, whether it's through the RDKB or local municipalities. Throughout the province, actually. So apparently in certain areas, they're really getting abused quite badly. So
Okay. Thank you.
I can let you know when that goes through.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing what that looked like for sure. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Council Martin. So we have the, correspondence for information. The resolution is that the following correspondence be received for information, and that is the Interior Health Letter dated October 15th, the UBC and follow-up. And I just want to say that I know this letter is addressed to me, but it was council that was down. I had Councillor Wilson and Councillor Butler and Councillor Hanson, so they were all part of that meeting. So I just wanted to make sure that that was mentioned, and because it wasn't referenced in the letter, so the resolution is before you. Is there someone to make that motion? Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. That was carried.
Just a comment, I think too. It's really nice to see a resolution from the 3 municipalities. It's a little on the radar and moving forward.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Butler. Correspondence for action, the request from the Downtown Trail Improvement Committee in their letter dated October 9th, 2025 regarding the downtown revitalization to partner when appropriate with Community Future, South Kootenai in grant opportunities that support sustainable, inclusive, and investment-ready communities. Is there someone to make that motion? Is there a seconder? Okay, is there any questions on this? No, okay, all those in favor? Thank you, that was carried. Council, for consideration is that the request from Tony Bromatis that Trail City Council proclaim June 30th as Indigenous Survivors Day, National Blanket Ceremony Day in the city of Trail. Thank you, Councillor Wilson and Councillor Butler. All those in.
Can I speak to that?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. Council has no policy on proclamations, and without a policy, we have no criteria for what qualifies for a proclamation. We have no process for how proclamations.
Sorry, we do have.
We do?
Policy. Yes, we do.
Well, excuse me. Then I guess I'll have to reword.
Policy.
Well, let me just continue on. Thank you, Ms. Butler. I support the spirit and intent of recognizing Indigenous Survivors Day. However, since we don't have awareness of what that current policy looks like, I'd like a review of it and maybe bring it back to council so that we can have clarity on the criteria, the process and guidance. Because I am of the opinion, obviously, that we didn't even have a policy. And I apologize for my ignorance on that. So I move to refer that the proclamation be referred back to staff to review the policy and bring it back to council. For consideration of the current one that's on the floor and also the next one that's coming down the agenda as well. That would be my motion, if that makes any sense, to refer it back to staff.
Is it, go ahead.
I was just say, staff can, have a look at our policy and perhaps provide a report on possible amendments to that policy. That council may want to look at before we pass either of these ones. I think that is the intent of.
That is the
what you're
intent, thank you,
saying.
Ms. Butler.
And these resolutions are dated well, this one especially is for next June. June 30th of 2026.
And then other ones for December, so I think we
Yeah.
can get you something in November.
Okay,
I'll support that motion. Nick proposed.
sure, thank you, Council Wilson. All those in, is there a seconder?
Council.
Oh, sorry. All those in favor of the motion that was carried, thank you. So are we gonna leave the next?
I'm opposed.
Yeah, I don't think everyone put their hands up on that.
two? Okay. Councilor Benson and Councilor Button opposed. So are we doing the next proclamation or are we waiting till that
Probably the same
Same thing.
process.
report comes back, okay?
Councilor, sorry, Gian Butler, did we have that covered by, for both deeds?
I suggest that we, if this is council's will, is to pass the same motion for B on the agenda.
Okay.
I will make that motion, that will go back to staff
I'll second that.
for review.
All those in favor? Those opposed? Thank you. Okay, the next resolution is that council, that the request for a letter of support from the Lower Columbia Community Development Team Society to their grant application to the Rural Economic Diversification and Infrastructure Program supporting the advancing of critical metal tech alley be approved. Councilor Hanson, a seconder, okay, any questions or comments on this?
Actually, I didn't, to the chair.
Okay.
It is in the application under part 7. Project budget, it just says in there amount, name other funding source, this is about midway down in that number 7. Amount funded, $176,523, City of Trail, I'm just wondering where that money came from, or if you can somebody can explain to me what that's all about, that amount.
Go ahead, Tracy, thank you.
Staff did note that as well. And we are not sure as it is their grant application, and I'm wondering if they're combining 2 years worth of. Granting, because when you add up last year's and this year's.
Just total that, okay,
So
Thank you.
I think that's what they've done, they've added the 2 years together.
thank you, Ms. Butler, thank you.
Okay. All those in, go ahead.
Just a question, if there's 2 letters of support for 2 different, groups, is it bad if we have 2, like, are they in competition with each other for this?
Yes, they are.
And is having a letter for both
That's up to council.
in conflict? Okay.
That's what the other routes would be supported on.
It's the next,
Oh,
the
same.
agenda T and E items are for the same Reddit grant.
Okay, Councilor Hanson.
Sorry, I guess the question for me is trying to understand, and maybe this is something we don't have this information, but how much is available? And is it we support both, and is there money available and they get different amounts each coming back? from the Rural Economic Development Initiative.
I would say with any granting, it's a competition.
We just provide support.
And so that's the question in front of council is you've got two competing. Organizations looking for letters of support. You can give them both letters of support, or you can pick one over the other. That is where the council decision lies.
Okay, Councillor Cashel.
Okay, thanks for the clarity on that. Being that we just got notification of E today, I believe. Maybe it would be best to have that referred maybe to the next council meeting, so we can have maybe a deeper dive into
The
this.
deadline is October 31st.
Oh, thank you.
That's well.
I think on one side, for council, is that you support it, right? I mean, what happens on the judging criteria, doing that responsibility is sort of their part. But if this came individually as one time, this came as individually, would you support it? I guess that would be my window, whether or not one wins over the other. If council agrees with things that they would support either project, that would be sort of maybe your thought processes. You're not the adjudicator in the end, but if you support it, then they should feel free to support it.
Well, thank you, Mr. McCarthy.
Okay, so, excuse me, all those in favor of the LCC DTS RIP application and the letter of support. Thank you. That was carried unanimously. So you just gotta bear with me for a sec here. I'm just trying to find my report, my mayor's report.
We gotta do that.
Good. Oh, right, sorry, I've got, sorry, I'll just use it, because I have my other agenda. So we have a request for a letter of support from the Pacific Sport Columbia Basin to their grant application to the Rural Economic Diversification and Infrastructure Programs, support the business of sport initiative to be approved.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. So, thank you. All those in favor? That was carried. Thank you. I just put one back here. Yeah, so you know what, my computer and my laptop aren't syncing right now. So
That's
I
okay.
know I can't find my report.
That's all right.
So can we move on to question period while I look at my report? Is it okay to do that? Okay, thank you. Do we have no bylaws for consideration? Notice of motion, because there is none. So we'll, the next meeting is November 10th, 2025 for the committee of the whole, followed by the regular council meeting at 6 p.m. held in the council committee room and or the chambers at 1394 Pine Avenue. And we will move on to question period. So if there's anyone that has questions for council, please come forward. And I need your name for this.
Certainly, my name is Emily Winnan. I reside essentially across the street from the Queen Elizabeth Park. And in May, my son was very badly burned in that park.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Because this is.
I'm giving context to my question. That is not my question.
Oh, okay.
My question relates to the approval of the McBride. It was the same
contractor that did the Queen Elizabeth Park. Given that there is an ongoing insurance claim and that having not been resolved could potentially be litigation. Not saying that it is, but that it's an open risk. I'm wondering, given that Green Root, the company that was approved, also appears to work exclusively with this Henderson brand of playground, and therefore I think it's safe to assume that it is going to be the same brand installed by the same person, whether there's been any turning of mind to a risk assessment about this new playground. My wife has been testing the temperature of that playground throughout the summer and noted that the plastic slide got to, on at least one occasion, 72 degrees Celsius.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you, to, quit commenting because that's all part of the investigation that is going forward.
My concern is that this new program or this new playground could also reach high temperatures and that there could be risk. And so my question is whether there's been any turning of mind to that project's safety, given that there's an ongoing issue.
Thank you. I don't know, Mr. McClure, do you want to take that one?
Well, as you said, the proponent that's asking has put in a claim for our municipal insurance authority. What I will say is that the staff, this is more of an operational question anyway, other than for council, but certainly anytime that we look at equipment, we look at the proponents that apply, we go through a process of vetting the products, vetting the companies, and we make a decision. And certainly, the city's not inclined to be purchasing equipment that would be not safe or not deemed safe. And so that would be part of the criteria of making a decision. So I feel comfortable that if staff have gone through the process, that there is a comfort level that the items are normal, accepted, commonly used pieces of equipment, and I would leave it at that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McClure. So next up is, I'm sorry.
Hamid Amini.
Yes, thank you.
Hello. I had a few questions and they are not really nice. I don't want to be rude. And if sometimes if you think it's just put it on my lack of my English, so I cannot talk like you guys. I was trying. Okay.
Yes, he was
Well,
asking.
yeah,
the
it's
name.
nice to
He
get your
listed
name before you
the-
live. You're a Trail resident and your full name. I'm just making notes here.
I said Hamid Amini,
Okay.
And he
and I live
owns.
here. And I got business here for almost 10 years.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Tula Kebab.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was asking if it's possible, there is two bench in front of restaurant. I know it's hard for you guys. Is it possible to remove them?
Okay, well, we will have to bring that to staff.
And if they want have their reason, 5 people at 5:30, they are smoking all kind of things. And I have a question, that's Tia. At 5:30, she's coming with her daughter. Is she gonna come to the restaurant? Put yourself to my position. And if she comes, she is so nice, maybe still she wanna come. But if she asks her, Mom, what they are doing? And it's in the middle of the town, it's not somewhere that, and the best part, police officer is there and he tells me, you cannot tell them to move. That's the best part. He said, you can ask him nicely, is it possible, please go smoke somewhere else? Otherwise, you cannot say anything. I would go to jail because, so I don't know if it's possible to remove them. Is it gonna solve the problem? Because now it's getting group of them.
Yeah.
And later, Mr. Wilson is gonna come with his daughter over there. That one was one. And continue of this one. Same department for police. 2 weeks ago. At 8:15. They stopped me because I didn't stop 100% on the stop line, the stop sign in front of funeral house. I got $167 ticket, no problem. Do I have anything to say? No problem. But what bothers me, not same officer, from same department, when they broke my window and I'm there 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know who was that, but these are the beauty of that. He told me, we know who did that, but we can't do anything. For 2 seconds that I didn't stop 100%, 106, no problem. And the third one, we are getting really problem, and as I said, because of my English, I don't know, but they come and do number 2. I go 9 o'clock as a restaurant, I got things in my mind, you go make this. I mean, I don't know how to explain. And it's just happening. And if they do it here, it's on private property. If I do it 20 centimeters this way, it's city property. If it's this way, they don't come. I don't know, we have to put a sign, please put it on city property, please. You know, this is the line. And as I said, you might wanna laugh at me or say, this guy is crazy, this is not problem. But as I said, 9 o'clock, you come to a spot, 3 people. And I don't know what I have to do. And I know you guys, I know Mayor, I know Tia, I know Mr. Wilson, and I know everybody else, you know, here. I know you guys are working hard, but I don't know if it goes, they cannot have a public, like Nelson. They have a big one in the middle of the city, and I'm not against these people. I don't want to show up, but I am the only one since day first, when I started up to now, we are giving free to homeless people, no matter how many times they come and no matter how many of them. For 10 years we are doing, so it's not that I'm against them. But if there is, and as a human, you know, a family of 4, they come to a trade to look at around. Okay, they wanna go to bathroom, where do they have to go? Come knock on Kudnik Kebab, do not, which it happened. Tia came. You know, so, but if they don't know, where do they go? I mean, these are actually, if I know, I can answer. So I don't tell them that this is a good thing that they do it on the street, but the other thing, where do they go? If there was a place and still they do that, you know, you will get really upset. We provide things for you, but these people, and maybe normal people, if they wanna go, where do they? That's all I wanna say.
Well, thank you for being here tonight, and I just wanna tell you that Michael brought up the same issue at Kudnik Kebab, Kudnik Kebab, at the Community Safety Task Force today. So we do have it on the agenda there, and so we have, you know, we know that we are looking into that. We're going to have a discussion on how we can best
That's all I was gonna
look
just.
into that, and, yeah. No, and I appreciate that. We're going to leave the benches and that, if you don't mind, we'll leave that with staff to have a discussion about.
Okay.
Because we can't decide that here tonight.
Just a question to the chair, smoking, is he, what's he referring to? Is he smoking, talking about cigarettes or is he talking about drugs? That would be my question. When you say they're smoking on the benches, what,
I know, what do you think?
are they cigarette? Well, no, but I think for the record,
Yes, you can get rid of them.
I would like you to,
Cigarettes, I smoke cigarettes, and that's not.
no, but I'm asking this, sir, for the record.
No, 5 people like this, they are not smoking regular cigarettes.
So you're saying for the record, they're smoking drugs?
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes.
That was my question. Thank you.
Okay,
madam.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is wrong.
okay. I don't know, Counselor Martin or Counselor Benson, did you want to talk about our discussion at Community Safety Task Force?
We, Michael was there today, through the chair, sorry.
Yes.
Michael did discuss that today, Food Safety Task Force. We have the minutes which will come to the next meeting, where we're gonna discuss, Councilor Benson and myself will bring that up at that time.
I really appreciate.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I don't have any hardcore answers for you right now.
I know,
Okay.
I knew that Michael, he was here today, but I said, I wanna go there myself. And tell them as a business owner, you know, I'm not just from the street, we pay like $60,000-70,000 a year tax. So I work very hard in this country, I'm here for 36 years. You know, I work still 12 hours a day. I didn't have in 10 years one complaint, we kill ourselves to make ourselves, our customer happy and this and that. So I thought maybe we can get some help, you know, still be able to continue whatever we are doing. That's why I was here.
And I just want to say thank you again for coming tonight, and we do appreciate the donations that you make to the shelter throughout the winter and all of that, so thank you from all of us for
That
doing
was
that.
not
It's
like
really
for
appreciated.
show off, I was gonna say I'm not against them,
Mhm.
you know.
No, I understand. Councilor Wilson.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for coming in. I think more business owners need to come in more often. Cause it's sad that folks get used to that. So I commend you for coming in. I appreciate
Mr.
that.
Wilson, this
I'm not saying that because I like you.
I know.
I appreciate that you came in.
is the problem in all over the world.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we cannot
Yeah.
come together. This is one thing, yeah.
Thank you.
Councilor Benson.
Just one thing that did come out of the meeting today that I think will action sooner than later is also just an outline of where the public washrooms that are available through our city facilities and their hours of operation. So at least one thing, we may not have the 24-hour public bathroom for people to use right now, but at least we do have some options for people, and we just maybe need to do a better job of letting them know that.
Yeah, as I said, is it possible something like Nelson, the city of Trail have something that or no?
We are in discussion on that every month, so yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's all I was gonna ask, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, have a good
thank you very
night.
much, you have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, council, you'll be happy. I found my report.
Mary Jones, we do have two people online.
Oh, do we? Okay, with questions?
And if anybody online is wanting to ask a question, you could please use the raise hand function now. There doesn't appear to be any online questions, so you can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll move on to my report. Okay, October 15th, attended the Business After Business along with many council meeting members and our CAO. This event was held at the airport, and it was the perfect opportunity to recognize and share the accomplishments of Don Nutini at that time. He's a very dedicated community volunteer within the city of Trail. And because of his countless hours that he's volunteered to make the airport what it is today, it was very appropriate to honor Don Nutini by dedicating the terminal in his name. The airport terminal will now be named the Don Nutini Terminal. And I just want to really especially thank the airport manager, Enrico Mulcahy, and the Airport Advisory Committee, Councillor Butler and Councillor Hanson, and to everyone that put the work into that evening. It was a really great evening. October 16th to 17th, I attended the Women's Summit in Roslyn with over 100 other women, and it was a 2-day event, and I was asked to provide the opening remarks on the first day. And I took the opportunity to highlight the work that the City of Trail is doing, and how we are progressing in, and our progress in childcare, housing, mental health supports, and economic development, which we know all affects women in the community. So it was important to have that conversation as well. And I just really wanted to also mention that Councillor Hanson was also on 2 of the panels at the Women's Summit. And forgive me if I get this wrong, you were presented at the careers in caregiving and the marketing. And did you want to say anything about that?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. No, it was an absolute honor to be there with a bunch of incredible women around the Kootenai region and coming from other businesses and corporate levels of business, women growing in that field. As well as women that have started their own companies and the entrepreneurship in this area. And just the incredible companies that supported their oh my gosh, women to attend this. So it was really an honor to be part of that.
Thank you. Okay, and October 20th, over that week, council and senior staff participated in two really important meetings. And we had a closed meeting with Interior Health, which was held in camera under the provisions of the community charter to allow for a confidential discussion on a health-related matter affecting the community. So there was no decisions were made. We are looking forward to the next meeting, and once we have more information, we can share it publicly. We also had a meeting with the BC Nurses Union to discuss their upcoming bargaining, their workforce challenges, and just the state of healthcare delivery in our region. And it was mostly focused on local staffing pressures, retention, and support for the nurses that are working in Trail and the surrounding area. I had a Trail Health and Environment Air Quality Working Group meeting on October 22nd. And then after that, I met with Selkirk College President Maggie Mateer, and Interior Health Authority was also present. And we did discuss the feasibility of a lab technician program. And I just want to say it was a really positive meeting, and we have plans to, again, continue the conversation. And then on Friday, October 24th, I had the honor of introducing Guy Felicella at the International Public Speaker and Advocate for Drug Policy Reform. And Guy shared his history of addiction and recovery, and as well as what kinds of community services are most important and impactful in the section. And that is posted by the Community Action Initiative. So that's my report. Any questions? Okay, I guess I'll call for adjournment. Seconder, all those in favor? Thank you. That was carried.